But sort of with Blood and Water, it kind of has everything that you would want. It's a teen drama, it's a mystery, it's also like super suspenseful. What was it like coming onto this team and joining the cast?
Wow, it was really, really, it was quite an overwhelming experience, obviously, because I hadn't shot anything like of this magnitude, like ever, like being on a Netflix production at the start of my career. You know, when you hear that, it's like, whoa, okay, this is a lot of pressure. But I think that everyone is just so welcoming, and, you know, we were all in it together. We had so much support. We had an awesome director, Nosipo Dumisa. She really guided us through like a lot of like the tough moments, you know, of shooting like difficult scenes and stuff. And yeah, we had an amazing crew. So it was a great experience overall.
And sort of with getting such a huge show, it also had a large international following, being the top 10 in the United States and across the world. What was it like building this sort of global fan base and following?
It was like, it was insane. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was just not expected. And obviously, like, you hear that the show's going to air like in 190 countries. Like, you hear all of that. Like, you know, okay, I get it. But then, like, when people are actually like from like America, Brazil, like DMing you and like telling you how much they love the show, and you know, and I love the fact that people in Brazil like are so true to themselves. Like, they speak Portuguese. Like, I don't understand what you guys are saying, but like, love you guys. And they're like sending you like DMs in Portuguese. I'm like, okay, I guess they like the show. So that was really, really like, that was amazing. And it's one of the reasons why I also like appreciated the fact that we were like quarantined, and that gave us an opportunity to interact with people more like online and like with the fans of the show, and really like get to experience like what people like, how people were receiving the show,
Right.
like more intimately.
And sort of with that sort of intimate reception of the show and the international following, what do you want people to sort of see about South Africa and have access to about
Mm.
South African life?
Yeah, I think what I really appreciated about what this did is it first of all showcased a lot of African talent. It showcased our diversity, you know, the fact that we are like a very diverse country. You know, we are called the Rainbow Nation, and I think the show really showed that. You know, whether like black, white, colored. Well, in South Africa, colored is mixed race, like mixed race or like Indian. I think the show really celebrated that and showed that like to the world, which was like very interesting, and also representation. I know in a lot of like these young teen drama series, like black people are not really shown, you know, it's like very like one-sided. So I guess like the representation was also quite cool, like for people to see that, you know, from our perspective.
And with the representation, so here in the States, for me, before the show actually was released, there were a lot of viral tweets about supporting the show because we had a black lead character finally
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
teen show. So even being able to see that global representation being important, even for Black folks here in the States,
yeah.
what was that like?
That was really, I've actually spoken about this. I was like, it was very surprising because in South Africa it's not really like an issue, you know, and I guess it's because we are majority. Obviously it's Africa, like it would be very concerning if we weren't seeing a lot of African people
Yeah.
on TV. But it was very surprising, but it was a welcome, you know. I didn't expect it, but I really welcomed it. I was really honored to be a part of it, you know, to think that people see me and see themselves represented in me, you know, like young girls can see me and be like, wow, I can also be like a lead on Netflix. I mean, that's very special. And I'm very honored to be a part of that conversation.
And were you able to sort of interact with sort of the tweets that were going on while the show was airing?
Some. Some I did, some I didn't. I think just like for me as a person, I don't really like I'm not on social media a lot. I really, it can get really dark, guys.
Yeah.
It can get really dark. So I try my best not to you know, tweet or like interact, but I do see the messages and I do appreciate the love, you know, where I can, I definitely like, you know, do say, guys, thank you so much for, you know, supporting the show. But yeah, the internet is like, yeah, that can go
Yeah,
really
probably.
bad, guys.
Was it
Pardon?
overwhelming transitioning into kind of like this being like your first big role and then gaining such a huge following with this role?
Yeah. I think I kind of experienced it because in South Africa there's a show that I'm on right now, came out this year, called Qamata, and it's doing very well. It's like one of the most watched shows in the country. So I think I got to experience that like here at home, you know, because people would interact with the show, people knew who I was. And then when Blood and Water came, it was just on a different level, like on another level. So I think that experience, like being on Gomorrah, kind of prepared me for this. I wasn't like thrown in and like didn't know what to expect. But it's still overwhelming. I think I'm sure even Beyonce gets overwhelmed, you know, when things like this happen. You know, you're human. You don't expect these things. You never know like what happens.
And sort of with playing Pulang, she is kind of this like amazing Instagram stalker. She's a truth seeker. She like really gets down to business. What was that like preparing for the role of Pulang and getting into character?
It was a lot of preparation. But I think I think any actor will tell you like that is just needed. You know, you really have to understand your character, understand what their motives are, do a lot of research. I think I was fortunate that a lot of Willing's experiences, I could like relate to them. So a lot of the times I would draw from experience. Obviously, I don't have like a missing sister, well, not that I know of, but so it was, I think a lot of like what she goes through definitely drew from experience, and also just having an incredible director. You know, Nasiko really had a great vision. She was very clear about like what she wanted and how the story was going to go, and is very like open to hearing suggestions and, you know, how I wanted to play it. So it was a lot of preparation, a lot of working with the director, and just understanding like your character.
Yeah. And what was the biggest challenge with playing Pulang?
What was a great haul? There were a lot. I think one of the biggest challenges was probably shooting during winter.
Mm.
That was challenging. We shot during winter. So like we're doing these pool party scenes and we're having fun. Meanwhile, back in the ranch, like we're freezing. But like they had like blankets and stuff for us. But I think in terms of like emotional things, definitely, I don't know, I think the relationship with her mom, Gail and I like connected like instantly, like from the first rehearsal. I remember when we first rehearsed like the scene when she comes back from the party, like the first time I had ever rehearsed that scene before even shot it, like we were in tears like just rehearsing that scene because it's so real.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm so glad that the show actually got to show like that mother and daughter relationship. You know, when you're a teenager and you really feel like your mom like wants you to ruin your life, you know, but like it's all love. That was very emotional, but a very like healing process as well, definitely.
And it's been revealed that the show has been renewed for season 2, which we're very excited to see. What are you hoping for there to be in season 2, and what do you hope fans can get from this next season?
You know, I don't know. I don't know. And I hate the fact that I don't know, but I don't. I'm really open to like what the writers want to put in there. I think there's a lot of ways, like there are a lot of ways the show can go. It can literally go anywhere. Um, but I'm glad that people are excited for season 2, and hopefully like season 2 is even bigger and better, you know, than season 1. And we really appreciate like everyone's support. Like, thank you guys so much.
And sort of my final question is, what was it like working with such a powerful group of storytellers? You have a great team of actors, you also have a powerful writer's room, but also an amazing director. What was that like, kind of all collaborating to tell the story?
I mean, it was great. It was really great. And it felt like that, right? Like, it felt like we were all like in it together. You know, we're all working together. And there was just like a huge amount of respect for the work, for each other. You know, even though I am a newcomer, you know, I didn't necessarily feel it. You know, everyone just respected one another. And I think we all just had one vision, and that was just to tell like a really dope story. And I think it worked out in the end. You know, we all connected on a like, it's insane, you know, how much we connected. Like even now, the other day I was talking to the makeup artist who did my makeup on the show, and you know, we were talking and like chatting, and you know, like we genuinely became like a big family. So yeah, it was really great. It was a great experience. It's family now. It doesn't even feel like people I'm working with. Like they literally feel like family. I can call them if I'm not fine. Even Gail, I was speaking to Gail like for an hour. Gail and I were chatting yesterday, and she was just checking up on me to see if I'm fine. Also Corsi. So like we're one big family now. It's really
That's
awesome.
wonderful. And do you feel like that's going to help with the storytelling come next season now that you all have this like intimate relationship?
Definitely. I think we understand each other, we respect each other, and we love one another. So I think where if on days where I'm not feeling great, or like when they're not feeling great, we're definitely able to like lift each other up, and because we understand each other better now, you know. So I think definitely season 2, it will be. I mean, it was already great season 1. I think season 2 will be even better, you know.
All right, well, those are all my questions for you. Do you have any final words to give our audience?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support and all the love. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you guys for also giving us like a platform, giving me a platform to kind of, you know, give my 2 cents. But thank you so much for the support.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Same to you.